Hey everybody, this is Kristen Fagan here with Softlex Company. Happy Free Spirit Beading Monday. Hi Gail. Hi Becky. Hi Debbie. See a few of you popping on with me. And I'm going to be playing around with some of my pretty beads that we used last week for the Sundance inspired necklace. And I'm going to make some matching earrings to go along with it. Hi, Robin. Yes, remember to share and like this video. And let me just fix one of my settings here. Or maybe I can't fix it when I'm in. Here we go. That's better. Hello, Anita. Oh, it's windy by you today. Hi, Lydia. Sundance hashtag. I have the giveaway tool set up. So you can go ahead, I just double checked. You can go ahead and start using the hashtag Sundance for a prize. Just hang out here till the end of the video. Terry says, love the shots from the art show. Those whales by your paintings were awesome too. They were. It was such a great show. So I belong to a collective of female artists here in the Phoenix area, and we're called Arthena, and we put on that show together, which was really awesome. There was a lot of art. There were a lot of artists, and the theme was just the color blue. So you can check it out over on my Facebook page or my Instagram at Kristen Fagan, or my Facebook page at Kristen Fagan Art and Design, and see what we're talking about. But I had 2 paintings in the show, and it was a wonderful opening reception on Friday. I wore my Sundance-inspired Jingle Jangle necklace that I made during the Sundance-inspired party with the Bead Place and a bunch other businesses last week on Wednesday. So if you missed that, you can go see the replay for the Sundance jewelry making party over on Abby Berta's YouTube channel, and also on the Softlex Company Facebook page. Thanks, Anita. Anita says your paintings are stunning. Thank you so much. It is definitely a passion of mine and something that I'm just really delighted that they are out in the world more and more each year, and I get to get together with other artists and show our work and just celebrate the color blue this week. So that was a lot of fun. So we're going to make some earrings to match this necklace. We're going to make some earrings to match the necklace that we made last week. And we have a sale going on. Oh, let me mute myself. That Reba, my oldest son, just came home. So we have a sale going on at softluxcompany.com, inspired by Sundance, 20% off of the Sundance inspired supplies in that category. You can get to it right from the homepage. I'm sure Damien will share a link in the comments as well. Anything in there, there's like 250 plus items, and anything in there is 20% off. You just add it to your cart and you'll see the discount. That ends tomorrow, February 27th at midnight Pacific time. And so we're going to be using some of those fun shells, pearls. There was some check glass in there, some stones, some things we picked up at Tucson last year. These pendants flew. We had a few of these coin pendants on there in a few different shapes, and you guys just gobbled those up real fast. So those are all gone. And but lots and lots of fun stuff in that collection. Big woofs from a little girl, little Reba. She doesn't bark often, but she does bark usually when she hears somebody out front. So then then I have to do a quick mute. Hey, Zach. Hi, Nancy. Nancy just received her special tea package. Love it. Oh my gosh. It's a good kit. I'm excited to work with it. If you haven't gotten it yet, go grab it. Sarah is going to be revealing this kit this week on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and we still have some left. We also have Nilay joining us on March 13th, and he will be opening that kit with us and designing with it, along with sharing some things that he has in his pop-up shop that would go along with it. So you'll get a twofer on this kit. You'll get Sarah and maybe I on Wednesday this week, and then you'll also get Nilay for a beading party with the kit in the middle of the month. Yeah, she would slow down interlopers. Everyone needs a job in the house. It's true. That is true. So let's go ahead and swing down to my beading table. And, oh, actually, let's swing up again. Sorry about that. Let's show this real fast. So we did this part of the necklace last Monday, and I shortened the pendant a little bit. So last Monday, there was a little shell grouping that was between the button and the moon. And I liked it, but I also felt like maybe it was a little too long. So I gave it a little snip and I shortened it. The other thing I did is I added this extra strand. So this is just a coin pearl and a shell and a topaz strung on the garnet, and I connected it in the back to the first one. So you'll see I crimped it here to those jump rings. And so now I have a double strand necklace instead of a single strand. And you could take it off on and off if you want to, because it's just on some open jump rings, so you can remove it. Or you can always put a separate clasp on it and then just make it two necklaces that you can sometimes wear together. And then lastly, we've got these earrings right here. And I did like a little mix match earring set. So we're going to take a closer look at the earrings today and make those. But I wanted to show you how I further adjusted or changed this from last week. So I shortened the pendant from the moon, and then I added a second strand. And this is all strung on the garnet soft flex beading wire. And then these are done with those garnet soft flex beading wire connectors, as well as some craft wire connectors. And we did the bottom part last Monday. So we'll put that aside, and now we can switch down to the beading table. So some of our goodies that we're going to play with, I've got this earring we're going to make to match the jingle jangle necklace I have on that I made during the Sundance party. And then I have these two mismatched earrings that will match that necklace I just showed you. These are some of our new items that are in the Sundance inspired category. We've got these really sweet malachite style little bicones, and I'm going to be giving one of these away today on the video at the end. Then we have these turquoise style rondelles, and we've got all of these shell beads. I've used a couple of the burnt orange, which we sold out of, but we have the regular orange left. We have the light purple with white. We have this peach and purple sliced rondelles, and then we also have this dark purple rondelle shell. So pretty. Hi, Becky. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Dana. Good to see you. So I think I'll start with this one, and let me just take the necklace off so you guys can take a closer look at what I created during the jewelry making party. So here is the jingle jangle little bib style centerpiece. We have, I think, just 2 of these left in the turquoise color. And then I think we had like 5 of them left in the red color. Really fun. That was my focal. And then going up the sides, I've got those topaz check glass beads. I've got one of those gorgeous Sleeping Beauty rondelles. These are so pretty. They're super fat. Let's see if we can get the facets. Can you see all those? There's so many facets on here. So it's really a sparkly Sleeping Beauty. And hey, Sarah, I know I did asymmetrical. I was kind of really inspired by Sundance on that. They helped me out looking at that catalog. So these are the burnt orange shell, which the burnt orange color is sold out, but you can still get the orange color, which is just a little bit lighter. It's pretty close, got a little more white in it, I think. So it's just got a little more like a creamsicle feeling to it. And then I've got those gorgeous matte lapis. So we have a few single lapis or 3 to 5 strand small lapises in that Sundance category. Some of them are very shiny. This one was the matte one. So this is the 3 bead matte style, and it's so pretty. I really love it. I love how it pops, and I just love how soft it is. They are kind of like flat nuggets. So it's like an irregular shape, but they're flat. So they're really sit nice on your neck. And then these are some dark green turquoise, almost in that like kind of an olivey or emerald tone in real life. I think this one you could tell on there, like that kind of color green. And then just sort of switch back and forth with those topaz and those shell going up the back. So that's the necklace we made, or I made on the party. And then I'm going to make these asymmetrical earrings to match it. And I just brought in some rolla beads. So I have 1 rolla bead in the turquoise and 1 rolla bead in that dark blue color to bring in the lapis and the turquoise color, but without having to actually add those stones. So how are you doing today, Sarah? I'm wearing our ring that we got. So Sarah and I got this ring in Tucson last year from the Afghani dealer, the same one that had these bib pendants and also these coin pendants. We had gotten little matchy rings. I got the dark blue, and I think, Sarah, you got like a turquoise blue. So I strung this on the dark blue lapis. So that's what I'm going to use here again for the earring. So Soft Flex Medium, 0.019, dark blue lapis color. Yeah, the turquoise rolla beads. Isn't that so nice? It's like perfect. It matches that Sleeping Beauty turquoise so well. So it adds that pop of turquoise color. So I'm going to cut a little piece of my Soft Flex. Move these guys over a little bit. Maybe move this whole thing over. And I've got 5 inches here. So I've got 5 inches that I'm working with. I have all my beads that I'm going to be using for this earring right here in this little petal. And I'm just going to start with the shell because these are graduated and I want them to stay graduated. So I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to organize them with the largest one in the center. And then I'm going to go down a size on either side and then down a size again on the top and on the bottom, and then down the size one more time on the top and the bottom. And just make sure, this one actually might need to switch, so that they go from small to large, back down to small. And then I can go ahead and string those on. Well, let me pick up a bead stopper first. These are wonderful. This is the regular size bead stopper, but we also have minis, and they just snap on to your stringing wire, your soft flex, and then you can go ahead and string without having to worry about it falling out of the other side. All right, so step one is all of my shell beads in a nice graduated fashion. Next, I've got these silver check glass daisy spacers, and I put one on each side, but I'll just do the one side at a time here. So got one of those. I've got one of these topaz check glass beads. I have these little delicas, which are the ones that came in the Snowy Day kit. You can also find them online. You can buy them individually. They are the fancy lined white. Oh, thanks, Khalidi. Khalidi says, Kristen, your necklace is beautiful. Way more pizzazz than anything I saw on the Sundance website. Thanks so much. I did use one of their designs as sort of a jumping off point. I think it was called, I wrote it down, The Tree and the Moon, but it's very different. So the only thing I really did was when you're doing asymmetrical, it's a little difficult to work it out. And so it was an asymmetrical necklace. I think they used chain and other beads in between. I just used it to help me with sort of the spacing. So even though my design is completely different, I did look at the design on Sundance to say, I found the spacing they used pleasing. And so I kind of space things out accordingly based on that inspiration. But otherwise, it's very different. Let me take off the topaz. I actually have to put a little delica bead in between. So I'm putting one of these teeny tiny delica beads in between just to give it a little spacer. You don't have to do that. I just decided to give it a try. When we were on the party, Deb was saying how she always likes to put teeny tiny little spacer beads between her, that's Deb Floros, between her jewelry. And I liked the idea. I always love Deb's designs. I think she's a beautiful designer. Whoop. But look at how tough that is for me. Which is why that's why I don't do it that much, I guess, huh? So I've got the topaz check glass, then I have a delica, then I have that green, really dark green turquoise, and then a delica, and then I have a rolla bead in the turquoise. Another delica, and then one more of that check glass topaz. And then I did 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can leave the wire showing. I just decided to do a bit of the delica up the side because I did cover the wire here with them. And, making an earring, I wanted to kind of take some of the things that I did here and move it over here. Okay, so one side is done. I'm going to pop off the bead stopper, switch it to the completed side, and now I can do this side. So you'll see here, I've got shell, and then I've got the hishi, that topaz, and then the dark blue rolla bead. So we'll do the Hishi, and then we do a Delica, and then we do the Topaz, and then we do the Delica, and then we do the Rolla bead, and then we do 5 Delicas. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. This was such a fun necklace to wear too. I really liked how, you know, you have a whole lot of different colors and shapes and textures going on. So there's the bottom of my earring. Now I'm going to grab a crimp tube. I'm going to grab a 2x2 millimeter sterling silver soft flex crimp tube. And you're going to string it down both wires. So I've got one there, and then I'll take this side and go up so that I make myself a little dangle. Oh, I got a little too close there. Kristen, hold on. Oh, I knocked off a Delica. All right. I thought I was going to lose all of them, but I just knocked off one. Okay. You can cut yourself a little extra soft flex beading wire to work with too, so that you're not too close. There we go. So there is, I know the seed beads stick to my finger. When I pick them up, this way I can grab a hold of them. It's probably not great to do if you have to string a ton of seed beads, but if you only have a couple to do, it works. So now I'm going to take the longer of the 2 ends and I'm going to feed it back down my crimp tube to make a loop at the top. And once you see it peeking out, if you're having a hard time getting it down, you could just grab little pliers or your magical crimpers and just help that wire to come down further in that crimp. And now I'll pick up my first pair of earrings and just make sure my loops at the top are similar. Your loops at the bottom should be pretty good at being similar because you're using the same number of beads. So they should kind of make it work. I'll probably make this the front so that when they're sort of mirror image of each other. And then go ahead and use your magical crimpers to crimp. What this will do is, and I'm also going to just pull that up. Okay. What this will do is turn my tube into a nice little round bead. So you want to get that crimp tube right in the center of your pliers. Give it a good squeeze. It'll pinch all 4 corners like a little ravioli, and then turn it to the side and go around again. And then we'll trim off those little tails sticking up and sticking down. And lastly, we just add on our ear wire, and we're done. So I tend to like to put my ear wire on above, like from the little ball, but every now and then I make this loop a little too small. If you make it too small, because that's pretty close there, you can just feed it through the back, which I know some people just automatically do all the time. And then using a pair of pliers or my magical crimpers, just wiggle that closed so that it will not fall off. And you're done. Aw, thanks for the creative love. And I love that you guys are enjoying the colors. Such a fun, very Southwest, right? Kind of inspired colors with the turquoise and the shell and the orange and the pop of blue. So fun to wear. So now which one do we want to do next here? We've got this one and we've got this one. And I was thinking about wearing them as asymmetrical, but I figure I'll show you how to do both. Let's do this one first. I'm going to take it apart because I only have one button. Okay. How heavy are these? Oh, these are really light because most of the beads are shell or check glass or these little seed beads, the roller beads. So these are very light. Okay, so here are all our little pieces for this neck, for this earring. We've got one of these really pretty starburst buttons. So it's got a little button shank on the back. I've got an oval jump ring. I've got an ear wire that I made myself. So I could show you guys how to do that too. And then here is our little stack of shell and check glass here. So let me see. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, I graduated them, got the largest on the bottom. And on this design, I used the Softlex in the garnet wire. So we'll cut off a piece of garnet. About 5 inches is good to work with. You'll need 2 of the 2 by 2 millimeter crimp tubes. 1 for the top loop, 1 for the bottom loop. So you'll just string on your first crimp tube, make your top loop. Using my magical crimpers, go ahead and crimp that around. You could use regular crimpers too. And then I will trim off that short wire. And now I just have a loop at the top and some Softlex. So I'm going to start with you can go either way because this loop could be the top or the bottom. I'll start with the smaller side and this will be my top that goes to my earring. And just stack these up. So pretty. I don't know if I have, do we have any of these left in this color? This purple color? I know we have them in the peach, which is our color of the year, which has just a little bit of purple in there. There's some light purple specks. The peachy purple one. And then we'll go ahead and add on the other crimp tube for the bottom. And again, we will take our wire back through to make a loop. I could make a totally different third one. You're right. I was like, I don't know if that's very Sundance-y because I don't see that they mix match their earrings very often, but I know we've talked about mix matching our earrings on these videos before, and quite a few of you are on board with that trend. So I thought it would be kind of fun. Plus, I only had one button left. And so when you only have one button left, right, kind of go with that. That's the fun of instead of getting disappointed that you only have one button, you get to figure out a way to creatively make some mismatched earrings. So there's my little centerpiece. And then we'll just add a little dangle here. Oh, I used a head pin. So I guess, right? Nancy says people mismatch their socks, so why not your earrings? Oh, thanks, Kalidi. She says it's better than Sundance. So we'll just string on our check glass bead onto this head pin and then pull it up to the top. So this is nice and flush on the bottom and then bend it. This is a really heavy duty head pin. I don't know what size this gauge is, but it's crazy. I know I probably bought these years and years ago when I didn't know too much about using head pins. And I thought, oh, I'll just get the strongest ones. But it's a little overkill. Maybe it's like 16 gauge or something. Or maybe it's just been work hardened really well, but it's a tight one. And then before I go around and make a wrapped loop, I'm going to open it up and slide it on. I did it slide it on the bottom where it was the largest shell. And then I add my little dangle, close that up, and then wrap it around. And in this case, I am wrapping it down towards the bead, which maybe I do that most often. You guys somebody asked last video, and I was like, honestly, I don't even know. I don't even pay attention to what I do sometimes. If you didn't ask questions, I wouldn't stop and think. I think occasionally I just kind of go for it. Okay, so there's my my big dangle. It's a decent sized dangle. Then I'm going to add my oval jump ring to the top loop, like so. And then I'm going to add that jump ring to the back of my button. And let me just grab another plier so that I can close that up. So now on the back, you'll see you've got that jump ring hanging from the shank, hanging down. And that's what it looks like from the front. And then lastly, I decided to make my own ear wire. I wonder if this will fit. I don't think it will. I think because of the little ball on the end, it won't fit on the shank. So I decided to make my own ear wire. Do so with 20 gauge. I like 20 gauge craft wire for this. What's lovely about craft wire is it's hypoallergenic. And so if you have anyone with metal issues, the craft wire tends to be a-okay for their ears. And I'm going to use my multi-mandrel looping pliers. I love using these pliers for earrings. And I did make this a decent size ring. Let me see where I went. Was it this one? I think it was this one. One, two, this one here. So I'm going to place my wire. I'm going to turn my tool around because I like to roll this way. Place my wire in there, and I'm going to wrap around this size. So I made a pretty decent size ring because I need it to go around my shank and then have enough space to kind of come up. Or at least that's what I was thinking. Now I'm going to place it around the largest size for the actual part that goes in your ear. So I'm going to place my loop back into my mandrel, and then I'm going to wrap it around that largest one, just like so. And then you can decide how long you want this to be. Flush cut it, bend it. You're going to want to file the edge either with a burr cup or a file, like a metal file. And you're also going to want to work hard in this. So I will do that with the wire whacker, which looks like this. It's just a two nylon pieces, and I'm going to slam these down. I'll just mute myself for a second. And now I have my ear wire. So usually this is fine in this direction because you would attach whatever you're hanging and hang it this way. But in this case, we're attaching it to the back of the button. And if we did that, then look, it's going to hang to the side, and you want this to hang front to back. So our last step is just to take this loop and bend it like that. And you could tighten this up a little bit too. So that looks a little awkward. It's not the way you'd normally have your ear wire, but that is what is going to attach to the back of the button. And I'm going to position it above the jump ring. And then using my chain nose pliers, close it up. And now that sits kind of flush. Oh, and I did it backwards. Hello. Let's open that back up. Okay. We want this to be facing this way. So I have to slide it on from the left to right instead of the way I did it. There we go. And then close that up. So same idea. I just had to switch the direction I had it. And then now this will hang in your ear like that. I just wanted you to see the back well. Yep. Janet says, I do that too. I do it all the time with earrings. It's so funny. I always put them on backwards. I don't know why. But isn't that a cute way to use a button as an earring finding? I feel like it's adorable, especially when you have these smaller buttons. So pretty. I saw somebody on here say that they just can't get their mind to do the asymmetrical. I hear you. I feel like it definitely takes a little bit more thinking. And if I were to try and do it on the fly, I probably would struggle. I feel like kind of playing around with the beads, moving them a few times, and maybe even drawing it out would be helpful. I'll just leave this one because I have enough beads to make an extra. So for this design, last one, this is what our setup is. We've got that beautiful rubellite pink tourmaline. We've got one of these shell beads, and then we've got that topaz check glass. And then at the top is this gorgeous pearl. And these are premium pearls. These are really, really nice pearls. Look at that. Look at that rainbow sheen on these. And then also look at how smooth they are. Like they're not super chunky. They don't have little things to get nagged. They're just real smooth, really clear, bright white with that rainbow effect. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. For this one, we're going to use 22 gauge to do the connections. You can use 20 also. So if that's what you've got for your ear wire, you also want to use it. That's fine. But it's a little bit softer and a little bit easier on your fingers to drop down to a smaller gauge, higher number, smaller gauge. And I cut about, this is 4 inches. I'm going to go about 1/3 of the way down. Bend it and make my little loop all the way around. And then straighten that loop out, hold on to it, and then I'm going to wrap it. And I'm trying to get a little bit of a messy look, not a major messy look, but just a little bit. So I wrapped it a little bit more than maybe if you were trying to get a clean look. Tuck in that end. I really like these bent nose pliers for tucking ends. I have found it's made it a little easier. They're a pretty heavy plier, the ones we carry. Like it's a decent thickness and size, and I just have found it to be very helpful for tucking in those ends, because that can be like the struggling point, right? Add on my pretty pearl, and then I'm going to make another wire wrapped loop on the other side. Make sure my loops are going the same direction, nice and straight. So that connection's done. And then I'll just do a little wrapped. It looks like I used a head pin on the bottom. And you could make your own head pins. I've showed that before in past ones. Let me see. But I feel like I was just looking for a very clean, simple look. So I went with a standard head pin. This is 2 inches in length. It's a 2-inch long head pin. And I'm going to add that rubellite first, then the shell. Are these the same size? I think they're closer than that would be. Yeah, close enough. And then the topaz on top. Oh, Sylvia says your first earring unstuck her for a pair of earrings she's been contemplating. The button and the pearl earrings are inspiring as well. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for saying that. It's always nice to hear that you're getting unstuck. And seeing something that is inspiring you to try something in your own designs. So before I close up this wire wrapped link, I'm going to go ahead and connect it to the pearl, and then I can wrap it around. Aw, Becky says, Kristen, your designs are always inspiring. Thanks, Becky. I think that of you as well. I am just loving your February challenge that you were doing. I thought they were so, so pretty. The ones that I had seen last week. You probably have some new ones up that I have to go take a look at. You guys inspire me all the time. That's what's so wonderful about that VIB studio group, is that I get to see what you're all up to, and you're always amazing me with the things that you come up with. It's been so nice to spend my Mondays with all of you for a couple of years now. I think this is like, I'm in like over 200 videos for Free Spirit Beading. And we've learned a lot together in that time, haven't we? Woohoo. So if I'm feeling like I want to be same, I can go ahead and wear these with my necklace. But if I'm feeling like I want to mismatch, I can go ahead and wear these. And obviously I have one that has like a ready-made earring and one that has an earring I made. So you might want to make those match for your mix match earrings, or maybe not. I mean, who cares? Nobody's going to be that close to your head, right? But you could, if you wanted to, create your own earring finding for both. And I'm going to put this one back on because I am loving this necklace. Plus it jingles. If you haven't gotten your little bib piece yet, go grab one because there's not that many left. I think the turquoise was only 2. And then there's a really pretty red color too that Sarah made a design with on our Instagram page last week. Love the jingle. So fun. And so I don't have any earrings in. Let's see how these look. The ones that match it. I was just wearing silver earrings with it on Friday, which worked really well too because there's such a big silver focal. But there we go. These are always a cute shape. If you haven't made soft flex dangles before, they're such a great shape. They're a lot of fun, and I feel like I could make soft flex dangle earrings like this till the end of time with all sorts of different beads. Oh, Dawn's here. Dawn was at my show on Friday. Hi, Dawn. Yes, the jingle is so happy. Right? Classy, but just a little bit beachy too. It's, it's the type of beads because they elevate. They're shell beads, but they are elevated shell beads. They're so, so pretty. Thanks, Heather. Heather's, aw, thanks, Nancy. That's really sweet. It's the dark hair. Makes them pop. A little bit beachy. Becky says, so fun and eclectic. Thanks, Kathy. So if you haven't, go ahead and use that hashtag Sundance, and I'm going to go pick a winner in just a minute. And I'm going to give away these really sweet little malachite style beads. They're a great little spacer, a really fun color. I thought I was going to use these today. My original idea was to use these and make something with the coin pendant, but you guys bought all the coin pendants. So I figured, well, we'll focus on earrings instead. But I can't wait to use them. I think they work If you got some of these coin pendants and you didn't pick up the turquoise or the malachite strands, look at how perfectly they go together. They go really, really well. So grab those on sale, 20% off till tomorrow. Everything in that Sundance category. Bead treasure necklace. I love that. So we've got 70 of you entered. Oh, the turquoise is sold out. I had a feeling it would be. There were only 2 left before I sent today's email. And usually once we send those emails and we're like, we're down to 1 or 2, they just kind of disappear. But there's probably a couple of red left. Pick you, Heather. All right. Let's see who our winner is today. Let's share the giveaway. We've got 71 of you here. Couple more sneaking in at the last minute. Ready? Go ahead. Let's see. So if you're here, if we call your name, let us know in the comments that you're here, because you must be here for me to give you your prize. Oh, it's Janet. Congratulations, Janet. Are you still here with us? Wasn't that Sundance party fun? I was such a great idea. I think we might do it again. I don't know how quickly, but I feel like it was so inspiring to see everyone's take on it. Janet's here. Woohoo! Congratulations, Janet. Send us an email at info@softflexcompany.com and let us know your shipping address, and we will go ahead and get your beads out to you. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time for our specialty reveal of our mystery kit. And then on Friday with Joyce with Spill the Beads at 9:30 a.m. Wasn't her clasp project awesome last weekend? If you haven't seen it, go check it out on the Softflex Company YouTube channel. She took some beads and some craft wire and she made her own clasps. And I will tell you, I have not done much of that before. Maybe an occasional little S clasp or something here and there. But she really took it to another level, made a really fun clasp, and gave some great ideas. So thanks for joining me for Creative Time, everyone. I will see you next Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time on the Softflex Company YouTube channel and Facebook page. And Becky loves specialty. I know, it's a good one. It's my colors for sure. It's not, it's a little more mellow of a kit. Really pretty, I think very elegant. So can't wait to see what you all are going to make with that one coming up in the next week or so. See you later. Bye, everybody.